This is the beginning of Chapter 3, Part C video with it, which is this. Actually, it's Part B. I'm sorry, I don't know why I call Part C in here with it, but this is It's supposed to be right here. This is Part C. Yeah, didn't do that right with it, but this is the part that we're talking about here. So I want to take you to the blank document that I sent you with it. So I'm going to actually do this is. I'm going to insert, I'm going to go back to this is where you start out with this. Once you copy this, this should be in your, I'd like for you to take a screenshot including your login. You should include your browser. Make sure I want to see your browser. Login is your on the right hand side. I like to see you have a blank canvas like this at this time with it. As you can see, this canvas right now only has basically 3 layers in here, right? I have the actual screenshot. I said that I want you to do is to edit. You can't jump into this and edit this right now from my original one. I like for you to do the duplicate with it. That's why I put this instruction on here. The second one note is that it's this note that I put on here with it. This is the canvas that once you have this copy, remember now, this is a copy from my template into your account. You're great? So make sure you log on to you create your account and you click on my link and you just make a duplicate for it as well with it. So I gave that link on the top with it. So once you're in here, here's what I want you to just go in and you look at my, if you want to pause your video on here, this is what you want to make it look like. Look at the layers, look at this right here with it. So let's basically talk about some of the design aspect of user interface and user experience with it as well. Nowadays, like I said, user interface, user experience is everywhere. Whether you're looking on a screen on a phone, whether you're looking on a car screen, whether you're looking on a computer, you need to have some sort of design to your interface with it as well. So the first thing I'd like for you to do is if you take a look at this square right here, and I'm just going to go down starting, we're going to build layers like this with it, fun facts about this and all that stuff with it. Make it look like this with it, all right? You have to go in and just play with it. That's all I can tell you, all right? I want you to play with it and break with it as well. So pause your video, make this screen to look like this, okay? I expand all the layers and the properties for it as well. It doesn't have to be exact down to the pixel, but something comparable that looks like this. How's that? The font size is readable. Whenever you're done with this, take a screenshot of it as well. So the first thing I would do is if you look at it, I'm going to look at the Class EX3. The first layer is I'm going to look at is this particular layer that you can actually do, and I hide it, and you could create a little banner on top of it and just put it in the background for me, meaning the bottom one, right? So I'm going to jump back to here with it. I'm going to use this rectangular tool with it. I'm going to draw. This is just drawing a particular size with it. That's about the same, right? Again, if I want to change that to a blue color with it, just come over to the right-hand side, and we're talking about this layer with it. And this is the fill color right here. This is what you change with it. Like I said, it doesn't have to be the same blue. You're welcome to do your color with it, but it happens to, I'm going to compare my blue is I have 3632 F6. Okay, I'm going to click on that if you want to copy this, 3632 F6. So I want to copy this. You don't have this, but you have to put in the color over here. Looks like that, okay? So the moment I hit enter, there you go. I get the same blue in there as well, right? Now, the bottom part of this is going to be that little gray color that I have with it as well. So I need to add another layer of this thing with it. So I'm wondering that must be this rectangle right here, right? Gray colors are good. Gray goes with everything. Gray and cream are two neutral color of, gray, it's like a natural color, all right? So take a look at this right here. So I'm going to go in, look at this dimension. I mean, I have like 550, so was the width and the height's 128 with it approximately. You're going to approximate it. So again, this is another tool, rectangular tool. I'm going to put this as a background with it. I want to draw that. And it defaults to a D9, 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 which is the same color that a very similar color that I'm using. If I click on here, is the same default gray with it. It's D9099. So you have, I started out with your 2 layers with it, the background layer with it. Now, let's get this this particular logo inside of this thing with it as well. And if you look at this with it, I brought in this logo called DC logo underscore RG master. All right. That's what this logo looks like with it. So if you go to, you should have your eCampus logged in and download the zip file that I gave you. And it looks like this. This is the file that I gave you in the class exercise number 3. You download the zip file, right mouse click on it, extract all, and you should extract a folder called Dallas College logos with it. As you remember from your graphics class, there's 2 families of vectors, two families of graphics. One is a vector, and the other one's called raster, also known as bitmap, right? So in the raster folder, I'd like for you to go into the raster and find the web directory, and you have all of this different type of logos that you have in there with it. All right. Let me view this. Right mouse click on this view, and I want you to come down and select detail. The reason is we need to know the file type is a PNG. All right. So the PNG file type, I like for you to use, it's up to you, but if you want a transparent background, it has to be a PNG or a GIF. All right, are the 2 transparent background for the web with it. So you should know that from Web 1. So make sure you pick the right one with it. I'm just going to pick this particular DC logo RGB master underscore mark. It's a PNG. It's found under the web directory. It's found under a subdirectory of, that's a subdirectory of raster, which is a subdirectory of Dallas College underscore logo. And I have that open. So why don't I just click on the tab that I have right now? I'm just going to drag that image to here. Okay, so it looks like this, and I want to resize this a little bit. Like I said, you can actually make sure you click on this layer right here, and you can move it around as you please with it. All right, so you can move it around and place it in here. So it looks a little different from my other one with it. I have a white color with it, a white font with it. This one, so I just added in a different color. It doesn't matter. I mean, you pick one that you can live with, just that you feel comfortable with it. Maybe this is not the right one for you, but it has to be a PNG. So you can see the blue background with it as well. So that's the other piece I need for you to think about as well. So that's that layer with it, right? The layer doesn't have to be in the same sequence, by the way. There's no, you can do it at any layer and however you want to do it, right? The other thing I need for you to do is you click on the T tool for me, come over here, and I need for you to put your name on here, all right? So remember how this is the T tool, so you come over here, make sure you pick the text. This is the text over here with it, how you want to align it and all this stuff with it. And this is FFF, which is a white down here, bottom right over here. You see it there. This is FFF means 6F means what? It's white color by hexadecimal, right? So over here, I like for you to put your first name, your course number, and the class exercise number 3. So your name goes here. Right? Don't type your name goes here. Your name. Okay, seriously, don't be funny with me. So IMED courses, IMED 2023-15. You can do web design 2, and this is class EX size 3. Okay, so something like that in here with this. So that puts a label in there with it. Like I said, if you don't like this particular label that you have as the DC logo remaster with it, guess what you can do? Click on that level that layer that you have on that over here, and just right mouse click on it, and you can delete it. Okay, so it's that simple with it. Let's see here. I should have a delete here. Well, let's try this. the delete button. There's always one way I'll skin a cat, I guess. So I just clicked on it, and there's a delete button on my keyboard. I just hit it, and it's gone. So let's say I want to bring in another canvas with it, and again, I'm looking for the let's do the white one. This is the DC logo RG Master Mark -white. I think this is the right one here with it. Yeah, this is the right one with it. So I'm going to resize that, make sure I don't distort the file with it. Okay, so if you did something like this, this is just really messes everything up with it, right? So make sure you hold down your key with it. Control Z is undo, right? Hold down your shift, place your mouse, your cursor at the corner, and you resize it, and it resizes proportionally with it, right? Holding down your shift key. Control Z is to undo with it. So I'm just going to click on that layer and just kind of place it in the proper place with it, like that. Okay. Maybe making it a little bigger with it. Okay. So that's part of it, right? And you got the top part of it. Now let's do the bottom part of this. Again, there's no right or madness to this thing. You want to put some of this facts over here. So I'm going to click on the T for the text. All right. Coming over here, T for the text. And it's just going to draw a little box, and you start typing this thing for me. Okay. So the first thing is fun fact about React. So just type in fun fact. Facts about React. All right, so this is what I normally do. I put the content on there first, highlight it, come over to the right hand side over here. My font size for this one, you just have to play with it. I use black color, as you can see with it. You can change the regular, and it's size 36. Okay, so you can do the same thing. This is on here, go up to size 36, and you can keep this black. All right. Again, you could hit enter, and you come down onto this thing. You can put in your bullet points in here, like this right here. You notice there's bullet points in here, so you can insert in bullet points in here as well. So just come down here and look for your bullet points in here as well, right? Check it. So on here, if you look at the dot on this is on the text tool that the layer that we just put in, fun facts about React. And you click on that dot, and you come over here, you could find bullet points here, okay? So I'm going to use list style as bullets. And as you can see, it thinks it's wanting to do that. So wanting to do the first one, Control Z. Let me redo that. I'm going to use the text tool. Make sure I go back on the text tool, click off of it, hit enter, come down, okay? So, and then I'm going to use the dot right here, and I'm going to use the bullet points right now, right? Let's do this. I'm going to do item 1, item 2, okay, item. Can't type today. So let's reformat this. I highlight that, click on the bullet points with it. I could change that font to now, let's say this font is size, come on, check it. Maybe I did that as 2 different layers, I didn't know. So, fun facts, yeah, it's all one, hold on. Yeah, that font size is 24 regular. So I highlight this, put in 24. Okay, and I'll let you finish up the rest of this. How's that? Can you do that for me? That way, I'm running out. I don't want to make this video a little longer than what it is with it. So, okay. So just play with it and make it look like the page I have on this right here. So make it look like this for me. All right, I'll let you finish this entire page out with it as well. Things I want you to remember to know from the Word document that I want you to see, and I want to answer these questions right here. with it. So that was part C. I'm going to summarize. So what is Figma? Figma is a designing tool. It's a tool that you can use to collaborate your design with other designers at the same time online with it as well. It's a very everybody needs to be on the network. 5-7 people can share the same document. You jump in, you do your one person codes the interface, other person codes the workflow, other person designs the key thing is in the design is that what I showed you is you put in the color already, which is a distraction. Wireframe, that's where you start out with, and I didn't show you the wireframe side of it, but because we want to do this on the web page directly too as well, so I'm slowing this down. Why use Figma? Well, one's free, okay. Two is it's a good learning point to start learning designing tool. What is the equivalent application that industry uses instead of Figma? I said to you I use Adobe XD, Adobe XD. All right, that is the kind of like the Rolls Royce type of application that we use in industry with it, that we share across the board with it, from programmers to different types of designers. We have access to sharing files with it. That is it for this part of video, part C. This is the end of part C. So complete these 3 questions for me for this part, and the next part is we're going to get into React, and we're going to code this particular page that you have you will do in here and code it to look like a static web page. This is what you're going to do: is you're going to code this page right here in React and your one of your web page. Okay, very well.